So the schedule has been fixed. President Moon Jae-in will board South Korea's presidential plane once again as he heads to China next Wednesday for a 4-day state visit. President Moon will hold talks with his Chinese counterpart over North Korea and other areas of mutual concern. Our Hwang Hojun has more on the high-stakes visit as Seoul looks to revitalize its strained ties with Beijing.
President Moon has met with his Chinese counterpart a couple of times before, but this will be the first time for the two leaders to meet on President Xi Jinping's home turf. The Blue House confirmed Wednesday afternoon that the South Korean president will make a 4-day state visit to China starting next Wednesday at President Xi's invitation.
President Moon's state visit to China, the first since his inauguration, is expected to provide an opportunity to quickly put bilateral ties and cooperation between the two countries back on track by strengthening trust and friendship between the two leaders.
The announcement comes about a month after an agreement was reached to normalize relations between the two countries regarding the tensions that arose after Seoul's deployment of the THAAD system. According to the Blue House, President Moon is set to hold a bilateral summit with President Xi and will attend a state dinner. It is expected that Presidents Moon and Xi will discuss and evaluate the 25-year-long bilateral relationship and share their thoughts on regional and international issues. At the forefront will be ways to peacefully resolve the North Korea nuclear issue and secure peace on the peninsula, especially after Pyongyang resumed its missile provocations after a 75-day hiatus. The South Korean leader will also meet with other key officials in China, including Premier Li Keqiang. After his itinerary in Beijing, President Moon will visit the southwestern city of Chongqing. The Blue House explained that Chongqing is the foothold of the so-called One Belt and One Road initiative and the Great Western Development Strategy proposed by President Xi, focused on economic cooperation and development. The city is also home to historical sites related to Korea's independence movement, as well as a couple of facilities belonging to Korean conglomerates. President Moon's state visit to China will mark the 25th anniversary of Seoul and Beijing establishing diplomatic ties. While there are still unresolved issues between the two countries, the Blue House is hopeful that this will be an opportunity for Seoul and Beijing to build a foundation for the 25 years to come. Hwang Hojun, Arirang News.